Hello there. Today we are discussing the key elements of Harry Potter. I am Ayushi Mittal, a professional author, and today we are going to discuss about what made Harry Potter so interesting to read. This is the key elements or a detailed summary of the book 1. I have tried my best to avoid all the spoilers and I am not giving any spoilers. But yet, if you have not read Harry Potter, do read it. It is one of my favorite books. And without wasting any further time, let us begin. So, firstly, let's talk about the genre, which is the most important thing. So, the Harry Potter series consists of young adult fiction and magical realism. Magical realism basically means that it is real life, but we have added magic to it. So, basically, Harry Potter revolves around a life in a house in the United Kingdom, but it slowly turns onto the magical aspect. It even has other genres such as action and adventure and dark fantasy, but we can broadly say it has a fantasy genre. Now, Harry Potter basically revolves around a boy who is the chosen one in the wizardly community. He did not know he was a wizard since the age of 11, and at the age of 11, he gets to know that he is a wizard, and his life takes a twist. He has to fight a villain whose name is Voldemort, and in order to fight Voldemort, he has to prepare, and that is basically the plot which the story revolves around. So, the first book was the start of the series, and the first impression has always been the last impression. So, J.K. Rowling decided to take a hilarious, sarcastic, and beautiful start by introducing the Dursleys, who were the first characters in the series. The characters always mistreated Harry and hated Harry Potter. The book started something like this: Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. This made a hilarious look on the book, and it made people more interested in the characters and the plot. Se- Secondly, there comes character creation. The characters were created with specific traits, and every line in the book was in the book was kept in mind, seeing the traits of the character. For example, Hermione was the studious one, but she sometimes got scared of things, of small things, and she was scared of using her knowledge in real life situations. So one of the example of Hermione is that she was already wearing her new Hogwarts robes. That means she's very keen to go and study at Hogwarts. Second is she has a bossy sort of voice, lots of bushy brown hair, and a rather large front teeth. So this basically shows her bossy attitude. And the last one is yes, of course, but there's no wood. Hermione cried, wringing her hands. So basically, in this, she wanted to light a fire and she was asking for wood. But Ron then reminded her that she knows magic and she can use her magical abilities to light the fire. So this basically shows that Hermione is not capable of using her knowledge in real life situations. J.K. Rowling gave each character a definite stance and they a character what it thinks of themselves. Like Harry thought he was a very dapper kid who was very poor and hated he got really less marks and he was not very capable of doing stuff. So as soon as Hagrid told that Hufflepuff have a lot of duffers, Harry gloomingly said that he was going to be in Hufflepuff. So this is the stance portraying in relation with himself. Now another example is that the Dursleys basically hated Harry Potter and they wanted to avoid Harry Potter as much as they can. So here is an example. He was sure there were lots of people called Potter who had a son called Harry. Come on, think of it. He wasn't even sure his nephew was called Harry. He'd never ever seen the boy. It might have been Harvey or Harold. So this portrays the fact which J.K. Rowling wants to say that the Dursleys hated the Potters. Now, cliffhangers. There was this one cliffhanger throughout the first book, which is Nicholas Flamel. So every time, every reader wondered who this Nicholas Flamel was. And till the end, there was no revelation of who the Nicholas Flamel person was. And every time something exciting happened, J.K. Rowling portrayed it in such a way that the readers wondered, what is next? So, for example, this is the example. The trouble was, it was very hard to know where to begin, not knowing what Flemel might have done to get himself into a book. He wasn't in the great wizards of the 12th century or notable magic names of our time. Now, over exaggeration. Isn't it pretty obvious that there would be over exaggeration? Because over exaggeration, I have told it many times in my video that it is the key to any book. If you want to write a book, you basically need over exaggeration. So, here are a few examples on your screen. Now, we come to the end of the book. So the start of the book was basically the Dursleys irritating Harry Potter because they hated him, and Harry hated the Dursleys, and that's why the son of the Dursleys, Dudley, always irritated Harry Potter. And the end was basically Harry planning to irritate Dudley and scaring him through the fact that he knows magic. It was the complete opposite. So that, but the end too was comedic, and the start too was comedic. Both of them were hilarious, and that made the reader really connect to the book and connect to the phases in the book. So the last line of the first book was, I'm going to have a lot of fun with Dudley this summer. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up and comment down below what next should I make. And thank you for watching.